This is Chelle of Chelle's Creations, and in this video I want to show you another way that you can scrap on your phone. In particular, we're going to talk about how you can take ping files, and that means your word art or your elements, and be able to add them to journaling cards inside of your scrapping. Also, this one will talk about adding shadows to the pocket scrapping. So the two apps we're going to be using today are PicFrame and Letter Glow. Okay, let's go ahead and get started with PicFrame. Like most grid or collage apps, this one starts with a bunch of templates. You can see that there's a lot of different options, and actually you can purchase additional options as well. I want one that has 2 photos on one side. In this app, there's not the option to rotate them, so you'll notice that it's the same arrangement, just rotated each time. I think I want the one that has 2 large photos on the left hand side and 3 on the right hand side. Okay, here we go. Now the first thing I mentioned that this will let you do shadows. So right up here on the top right corner where the options are, if you click on that options, you can adjust it if you like corners. See how the corners are rounding behind me there? I'm not going to choose rounded corners on this one, but you also have an option of adding a shadow to your to each of the spots, and this is where you do that. So I'm going to go ahead and add a shadow, but I'm going to shut that corner right off. But add just a bit of a shadow on that one. Okay, and then we'll make that go away. This is another reason that I really like the PicFrame app. Let me show you. I'm going to go ahead and click on this spot because that's where I want to start, and I'm going to take it from the camera roll. You'll notice that taking it from your Dropbox is not an option on this one. So let's go ahead and say camera roll. And from my camera roll, I'm going to have to scroll back a ways because we actually went to the zoo a while ago while my son was at the hospital. Right, there's some hospital photos, so we must be getting close. Okay, here we go. Okay, I want this one, and you'll notice it just puts a checkbox up in the corner so you can choose all the photos that you are going to want to use. And I want this one where he's looking at him, and then I want one of these where he's standing in front of him. I think the last one's probably my best one there. So you'll notice that I've chose 3 of them. There are 5 photo spots, so it'll let me choose up to 5. I'm going to use a journaling card in the other one, and then I'm going to use one of the 3D cards for my other 2 spots. So I'm going to go ahead and say done. Now it will go ahead and place them where it thinks they want to go. And that's not really where I want to put them. And so in order to change that, you can go ahead and click on one of the spots and just hold it down until it pops out like that, and then move it to the spot that you want. And like any of the others, you can scroll in or out, or you can pinch to zoom in and out. Let's see this one. I want to put this one down here, and that will automatically move that one up. And this one I'm going to zoom out just a little bit. And let's slide this one over a bit so that it's where I want it. Okay, we're ready to go ahead and add the other items that we need, our story here, and and in order to do that, we're going to use a different app. And this time we're going to use the app called Letter Glow. So let's go ahead and open Letter Glow. On the right hand side we can choose that we want to do a photo. Now Letter Glow will allow us to take a photo from Dropbox. It says it will allow you to take a photo from Dropbox. If it's what you're using for the background, I have been unsuccessful in getting it to load something from Dropbox. It says Dropbox right here, but I have way more photos in Dropbox than just those 17. So when I'm starting, I need it to come from my camera roll. So let's go back into Dropbox. And the first thing I need to do is get the photo that I want and go ahead and save it to my camera roll. So what I want is just this solid, or this green grid paper. Upper right hand corner up here, we can click on that and say we need to save the image. Now this may take it just a second to do this because this is actually a full 12 by 12 sheet that I save this way. Not necessarily on purpose. It kind of makes more sense space-wise for me to save something that's 4 by 6 or 6 by 6, but I wanted to know if I could just use them the way they were and the way they came in the kit, and the answer to that is yes. All right, let's go back to the Letter Glow app now, and now we can go into our camera roll and say we want to work with that green grid. Okay, and yes, we want to use that one on the bottom right hand side. It'll take it a minute to load it. Okay, we are going to add text to the photo, and so let's go ahead and do the text first. It says double click, and just like before, I already have my text typed up in my notes. So I'm going to go back into this one, and I did the same thing here. I put the returns in automatically where I wanted them to be. You'll notice that I don't want to leave just one word on that bottom line, and so I made my top line a little bit longer. Okay, hold down and select all. Click copy. Go back now to the Letter Glow app. Hold your finger down and hit paste, and there we go. Now we need to kind of adjust things and play with it. Let's play with the font. I'm going to go with something that's a little less. There we go. And we could play with the alignment on this one. I'm going to go ahead and leave it at centered, and I probably am going to leave it at that size. So I'm going to hit the check box and say that's done. I might change the color on it. You can see that down here on the bottom we have options to go back and change those things. Yeah, I think it'll show up better if it's black. Okay, and I'm going to move it down to the bottom for right now, and that will make more sense in a minute. The icons that are across the bottom, the second one where it has a dash line around it, that's where you can add, so go ahead and hit the plus, and you can add decorations, lines, phrases, shapes. All of those things are things that are built into the app, and a lot of places that's where you can purchase additional in-app purchases. But right up here where it says import, you can go ahead and click on that one. And now you do have a choice of your camera roll or Dropbox. So let's go to Dropbox, where I have saved in my cards for mobile scrapping, where I have saved a ping file. It's this one right here, one of the word arts for Zoo Crew. Those word arts come in a shadowed and non-shadowed version, and I went ahead and put this shadowed version in so that it has the shadows that I'm used to. Now I know that I'm going to use this one in a 4x6 spot, and so what you see is square, but it's going to chop off the top and bottom, and that's why I'm trying to position it. And let's click on this one and position it right here, and then I'm going to shrink the size down a little bit on this one. Let's see. There we go. Just kind of grab a hold of it and you can shrink it down. I need the whole thing to be able to fit in the 4x6 format, and so I might need it to go down just a little bit more than that. And then I'm going to move it right up next to that word art. And then I'm going to, okay, that I don't have to worry about up and down because I can move my photo up and down, and I can shrink it in and out a little bit. I just have to make sure that the proportions will fit there. So, okay, I think we are good with that. Now down here on the bottom, you can see the tiny white bar here. You can lift that bar up, and when you're finished, you click on done. And I want to go ahead and hit save because I'm going to save it. Now as far as size that this saves, because I wondered when I was using this if I could do a whole layout and then go back and think outside the box a little bit and add a washi tape or something that kind of overlapped outside of my little boxes. When you save this using the Letter Glow app, it saves even this 3600 by 3600. The resolution it saved at was roughly 2400 by 2400. So ultimately, if you were going to print 8 by 8, it would work great. If you were going to print 12 by 12, it's a little iffy, as you might have some resolution issues there. So being able to add something over top of your lines afterwards, you could probably only print 8 by 8, but you do have that option. All right, we are finished with this app now, so let's go back into our PicFrame app. And let's click on this spot up here. And we want to take it from our camera roll. And there it is right there. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and put that one in. And now I can stretch it or shrink it so that it has what I want. I don't know why it keeps flashing like that. It's kind of annoying, but it's doing that. And bottom right hand corner is the other journal card. And remember, inside of PicFrame, you don't have the option to just upload from Dropbox. So we need to move that one from Dropbox. I should have moved them both when I was there earlier. I want this one right here. Perfect for that page, huh? Let's go ahead and save that image. Let's go back into PicFrame, which is not liking my recording process here. Click on camera roll. And that would be our last one right there. And there we go. Same thing here. Click on the share button. Now you'll notice on the bottom edge here, I have a choice now of what resolution I want. And as you move that little radio dial back and forth across, you can go from 900 by 900, 2400 by 2400, or up to the 3264 by 3264. And I always go ahead and make it as big as I can. And you can save it, you can share it with one of your other options, but I'm going to go ahead and hit save. And then it will be in my photo stream, and I have checked it, and it is that same resolution. So that's I am enjoying, this is probably my favorite app for scrapping because of the versatility there. Yes, I do have to go in and get the cards from Dropbox and save them to my phone, but I can, once I have this saved, then I can go back in and delete them, and I like the versatility that this app offers. I forgot to show you one of my favorite parts of the versatility of this app. You can grab a hold of any of these white borders and slide them to be whatever it is that works for what you're doing, and so you're not restricted by the measurements that they have in them. You can go ahead and adjust things to be exactly what it is that you're looking for. All of the directions it slides, and as you're sliding it, if they were evenly spaced, it gives you the numbers up there so that you could say, if I wanted those two to be an even number right across the middle, just keep an eye on those numbers until they match. Looks like they both need to be 141. Careful fingers there. So you can set it up and all of the borders move on all of the templates, and that's another one of my favorite features of this app. If you have any questions, you can reach me at shells.creations1@gmail.com. We'll see you next time.